Testing, 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over here to the main. All right, so top four that I have up here, starting at SHFS up 157% on with 6 million shares traded. We got AQMS, we got Zone, ZONE, and we got CYCN, and then below that we got XPON. Only two of them meet my criteria, the SHFS. I haven't really looked in deeply into them to see if they have catalysts or anything like that, but based on price and volume, I mean, those are two that I could be looking at. But we'll see how Zone and SHFS coming on up right now. But we'll see how these two do. And so let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the daily chart on SHFS. What's wrong one? Getting on up there. All right, so SHFS, it is trading, went to a high of 15 today. All the way up here to 15 and has come back down to 8. So that's a lot of give back from 15 down here to 8. Are there any obvious places? So we see there was a little stop point up here at the 10. That's not the most obvious outlier, but you know, $10 level is questionable, and it gave back $2 past that. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go look at Zone. Zone closed at 198 and is currently trading up here at 3 something. All the super obvious stuff is a little bit further up. It has 12 million shares traded, so definitely outrunning everybody in the volume game. SHFS going on down. May end up breaking this low of 813 there. AQMS hasn't really made any more movement. Zone coming down a little bit as well, and CYCN not doing much. Okay, so we're just gonna have to see who. Whoa, SHFS kind of dumping on out of there. Continue to walk down this this little pathway downwards. 7 million shares traded. Who's gonna be that visually attractive one during pre-market? And will it meet my criteria? That's the only other thing. This one's got a long way to go to get over 5. CYCN just no range. AQMS. What's the catalyst on this? So SHFS, what was that? Stock, it was surging overnight. They entered a 150 million common stock purchase agreement with Creo. I don't know what Creo is. Is that a crypto or something? Creo. With Creo Investments LLC, which provides that subject to the terms, conditions, 150, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's a company. Does not look like it. It sounded like a crypto, but it's not. All right, let me go look at AQMS. It's another one. Let's see what it's got over here. They got a CEO stock award disclosure. So the CEO is getting more stock. So I don't know how that's going to help us, but the CEO is getting some more money. Zone, no news on today. CYCN, News from yesterday. It had a it made, well, let me read all of this. So on the 23rd, they announced a transformational relaunch as a neuropsychiatric company. Then after that, it says it announces a license agreement with MIT to relaunch phase 2 ready treatment for resistant depression. So depression, MIT eligible. So under this license agreement, MIT eligible for up to 4.4 million in milestone payments. Okay. All right. So we're gonna see who wants to actually play ball. But let me continue looking through these daily charts before something explodes and I don't have those levels marked up. All right. So we looked at SHFS. It's up here around $8 right now. Not a whole lot of obvious stuff. I mean, 1057 is a long way away. So that's kind of hard to try to get back to, but you know, $10 level is always a interesting thing. Let's go to AQMS at 621 right now. Now it has some outliers out here, 1014 right here, possible daily. Okay. Possible daily there. And then we got another one up above. Duplicate right here to 13. So it's got two little outliers up there that it could try to reach up to. Let's go to zone. Zone is out of scope. I'm not gonna look too deeply into that one. It's CYCN is out of scope as well. If y'all want me to look into that one, cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of focus on the things that are in my kind of wheelhouse here. Okay, so this one has come down here a couple times. 621 break over 622 could get going up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this one on AQMS. Where's your catalyst though? During after hours. Oh, this was the disclosure of the insider stock transaction. I don't know about this one. That's kind of weak news. So even if it does go up, that's kind of weak. All right, so this is another time that it's coming down here to this 615 level. But it does have a little bit of catalyst on data. Does any of these other ones have catalysts? Just make sure. See, that one doesn't have any catalyst. Catalyst. I'm a catalyst freak right now. Twin V power cast only up 16% though. All right. So previous point of control is all the way up here to the 808. Hold them again here. Yeah, I'm just not sure about this one. It's that catalyst just throwing me off. The CEO getting doing insider transactions throwing me off. VEE, CYCN coming on down. Zone again bundling up. It had a previous low down here at 248. Held this ATR high here, and it's holding right around that $3 level. AQMS going on down. Yeah, Zone's got more eyes on it as well. So if Zone is going to be the leader, let's see what it can do. Can it rip 3 and go on up, or you know what's going on here? We don't have that many that have hit 10 million shares traded today. So only Zone right now on the charts. The next one that will hit 10 million shares traded is AQMS. Has that insider, but like I said, it is on the bottom. So if you have a strategy to do bottom feeding and try to look for it, because it's a higher price, so it can give the range, but yeah, I just don't know about that catalyst. That's the only thing that's really got me kind of caving here. SHFS. Xpon with 5 million, but it's only $2. CYCN going on down. Could become a 20% struggler. Zone looking like it's about to push to let's see. What kind of formation is this? It made previous highs at 322. Is Zone in the zone? So we're about 10 minutes past when retail can start trading. And I was kind of looking for some excitement to jump in here. So we're just waiting, letting our scanners work for us. And not getting too impatient with low quality trades in pre-market. Zone. Pre-market is already dangerous enough. Might as well give yourself a leg up, right? All right, so 13 million shares traded on Zone. It is dipping on down. Point of control at 295, so it's trading under that point of control. Let's look at the 5 and 15. So the Zone is between 295 is the high, and then 289 is the low. So it's pretty much just trading within that Zone cloud. Xpun pulled on back. CYCN. Yeah, Zone is looking like it's got most of the focus. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is an unpredictable stock, to be honest. This much volume. SH. Then the higher ones aren't really doing much. So what kind of structure has been built out here? We go to the highest outlier. We had the first secondary outlier right there. We had another one right here. So it's still within these two. We'll see how it holds, but this one is looking like it's going to be unpredictable. Looks like it's got a little hold point flat at 250. And I mean, 50 cents away from $3. We'll just have to see how it attacks this top level. But like I said, this one is looking like it can owl up. Break over $3 is where they're probably looking at right now. That's a whole dollar level. And it's right at the point of control too. So the point of control 295. So I'm gonna see how this one does, and 289 is the bottom of that level. So let's see if it can it find some love, or is it gonna go ahead and drop on down? Yeah, I think I'm going to stick on this one until it fails out. Then maybe we'll get something new. But for now, I think this is where the eyes are. Even though it's out of my scope, I'd rather be watching the thing that has the most eyes that can move. And that way I don't get distracted with other trash. And just let my scanner work over here. Once I see something pop, I'm like, hey, what's that? What's that? So right now, I think our eyes are in the right place. There's a $3 push, 301. So let's see how it holds up. That 289 is the bottom of the cloud. I guess I should just draw that so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So it was from 295 down here to 289 is the point of control cloud. And we'll see how it holds over this level. All right. Retesting at 289. Let's see how it holds. We can start holding this level above 295s. Good morning to everybody that is tuning in. Right now, so the things that are meeting my criteria are, one, they're lower volume than zone, and I'm thinking zone can be an unpredictable stock to the upside. It's got the eyes, got 13 million shares, but like I said, I'm waiting for it to show us what it's got. The previous point of control levels is this box here that I've drawn here, and we're just seeing, hey, do you want to go on down? Is this going to become a ceiling, or are you going to be able to break above this previous structure up here? Oh, I did end up trading yesterday. Was it SLE? SLE. Yeah, I made 30 cents. I got 140 shares and made 30 cents on there. So I was taking profit. I kind of got out early. I had a target of $9. I got in at 8.45, got out at 8.76, but it did end up going up to 9. So I was like, you know what? It was just choppy going to 9. And so I kind of got nervous and got out with the green. But yeah, SLE yesterday, man, got me shook up. I should have. I don't know. I guess I say I should have held a position, but I mean, I took green. I'm cool. I'm not stressing, and that's my goal. If I can just get 30 cents per trade, which is what I've been doing pretty much every trade, 30 cents and above, really, with these higher price stocks. Just got to find the ones that are gonna give you that are gonna pay out. But this one's creating a little. Let's see what this little structure is. It's got going here. What is this? Is this something that's going to be effective? We'll see. Previous bottom down here. Yeah, I was just patient. I during the pre-market I didn't like the way that it was kind of trading on SLE. And so I said, okay, well I'm just gonna hang around for intraday and see if it gives actually let me pull it up. So yeah, getting through that little trend there. Let's see, SLE. So during pre-market, I really didn't like this, the way it was trading down like this. Then during open, I had a meeting right here. So when I got back from the meeting, I drew the previous point of control level that could be retested, and I missed this one. So I missed this first move back up to 9, and I was like, okay, I think it could do that again. So it came down here, and I drew the new point of control right here. So this was the previous one, and then I had this one right here. I said, okay, I want to get in here around 8. I was looking for 8. I did not get the 8 entry. I didn't get in until like 8. What was it? 8:40. 8:45 up in here when it was just entering this previous level, about to enter. Then it swung down a little bit and then swung through. And I was selling because it started struggling back into this zone level here. And then it went on to 9. And I was like, bruh, come on. But it is what it is. It did end up coming down. But the good thing about it, it gave these moves throughout the day off of 8. So during intraday, I have this other ATR that I use to kind of see what the trend is, and I'm looking to trade above this ATR high. If it goes below ATR low, the trend is down to me. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not touching that. But it's above, and it's giving bounces off of a whole dollar level, and it actually gave more chances here around 8, back up to, back up to 850, and then again in the close of the day, 8 back up to almost 880. So it gave those chances all day, but yesterday was super busy, so I only got to capture one of those chances. Yep. But yeah, pre-market had me. I was like, nah, I'm good. That don't look good. But then when I saw that opening excitement rush, I didn't want to catch this. I'm cool. This isn't what I'm looking for. This was what, 783 up to $11. Okay, that's cool. Let me just get my target, which is 30 cents. That's all I need. Let me get my piece up out of there. All right, let's flip back over to today's targets. Yeah, where were we at? Zone. Let's see where zone is now. So zone, at the previous zone, it is trading under that zone. Looking like it wants to push down a little bit more. And the thing is, like what I realized with trading these higher floats or these higher price stocks, they move huge. The huge move isn't it's so hard to capture because it's so hard to be in on it. You know, sometimes you're like, oh man, I wish I would have captured that $3 move. I wish I would have captured that, $5 move. But if you can lower your expectations, you can make more money for sure. Be like, okay, well, this thing has the possibility of moving two, three, $4. Let me just get this amount. Let me just get this amount out. Let me lower my expectations because everybody wants the big move. Very few people come in and be like, you know what? I'm cool with what I got. Let me get on down. And I don't know. I don't know what um I don't know what the attributes that you'll be practicing, but I guess practicing just gratefulness, thankfulness for just being there and just to take some, because there are a lot of people that are red on it. But yeah, just being patient. And if the big move does happen for you, hey, praise God. You're in there, it pops, let's say it goes over your 30 cent mark. You could put your stop. You could put your stop at the 30 cent mark. So no matter what, you got that locked in. And then above that is just, hey, keep getting blessed. Which is what I did yesterday when I put my stop at that 30 cent mark. And I always, because I'm trading with the free broker, which is TOS, I always put my stop above the 30 cent mark because I know there could be slippage. So I go ahead and put it above. Like if it said, if my stop where I got in at the 8:45 got out at 76. So my stop wouldn't be at 70 whatever. It would be above. It would be like at maybe 80, 90. And then that slippage, if it slips me 20 cents, I still got my profit out. And that's one thing that can kill you is that slippage. Putting your stop right where the calculated value is a mistake on a free broker. It could be a mistake even on a paid broker. All right, so it came down here, kind of broke down this what we thought was something, but now forming a new little formation here, but it's still staying within this structure and has this upside here. So I'm wondering, will a test come here at the 290? 14 million shares traded on it. I'm glad I stayed out of AQMS. That catalyst I just don't like that catalyst. I'd rather you have no catalyst than a weak catalyst. Because people get real itchy on that sell button and that short button. CYCN, 7 million shares traded here. It's up 38%. This could be one to watch as well. And it's a lot closer to $5 too. So a little bit of a push up here coming into this point of control. Point of control is at 427 right now. So the zone is from the 33 to the 27. So it's a pretty tight zone here. Let me draw that out. 33 on the 15 minute. 33. And then down to the 27. So I draw this zone here and see how it ends up handling that zone. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay. Zone pushing back up there. This is an engulfing candle here. So we'll see how this candle closes. It's at 281. Has this previously heavily traded level. So we'll see, can it enter back in to this 290 level up there. This point, the risk would be the bottom of this. So 275-ish for a exposure to this previously traded level up here. It may need to chop around a little bit because the structure is also in here as well. So we'll just see what it wants to do. Anyway, still leading the day on volume. That's why I keep looking at it. AQMS needs to go on down and implode. That one's super flat. I don't like that kind of setup. All right, big boy. Zone, I think you got it for the day. Bottom size 275. We'll see if it continues to hold this little new structure that it's building to try to compete, or not compete, but test this upward structure. Boy, this thing is, I was about to say, this thing ain't moving. It threw a quick wick out there, but I don't know. Give it some time, I guess. Oh, okay. So we'll see if it can re-enter this level up here. This is the test point. This 289. If it can get back in here and start really chopping around and going up to 3, I can see it getting some gas behind it for sure. Let's also zoom back a little bit so we can see the fuller picture. We have a previously heavily traded level up here at the 371. Below this though, you really don't want to see this thing going back below 250 for sure. That's going to be kind of scary. I don't know if it'll be able to recover that. Okay. Still holding this level. Let's see if we can go ahead and push through back into this previously traded level. Only 5 cents away from it. There's a little test of it. Getting in there. Can it start to hold in this level and start to test this upward, this trend here? So at this point, 275 is like, don't go back down here. Do not come all the way back down here. We need to see you battle this out. See how this candle closes in about 10 seconds. Nice. Hasn't reached 275 yet. Okay, opening up above it. So yeah, 275. Let's see it get some green in here. Went up there and tested our level though. Definitely threw a wick up there. 275 down to 273. And another thing is with pre-market, unless you're using one of those paid services, you don't have stops, so you can't really stop here. So pre-market, I usually get out before it gets to my out level, just in case. But right now, it's just holding in here, staying above 273. So you know, kind of just seeing what it wants to do. Is it going to build a new structure above this level? All right. Can we keep going green? Show us a little bit more green. A little bit of volume coming in here. Let's see if it can push back. Yeah, the volume's coming in here. Let's see if we can push back over this level to 282. Let's see if this is a new structure. Oops, wrong one. I meant to get this one. All right, so are we handling a new structure here? Can we see it come into this little, almost like a pendant formation? Start getting back over those 280s. 273 hard test. That's why I just hate these lower price ones. They don't hold like they're supposed to. This was a higher price one. It would have that would have been a nice little move. But this one may play around. You may have to re-enter because these lower price ones, they play with your soul a little bit, which is why I kind of stay away from them. X-Pawn of 40 zone. Yeah, so it definitely disclaimed this one, this structure, and this one. So I don't know what it wants to do. Is it going to just continue to hold here or what? Speaking of, so the criteria that I'm looking for, just so you know, looking for over $5. I would love to see a catalyst, be over 25%, and be on the low float side. That's what I'm looking for. Zone, I don't see a catalyst for it, and I don't see it over $5, but I do see it over 25%. And it does have, one of the highest volumes on the day. CYCN coming on up here, coming on back up here for a nice, I don't know what it's going to do up here. It hasn't really thrown any wicks into that level. EQMS, Xpun. Didn't we just look at this one? It's like right here. Okay, so up 20 cents, but it's a cheaper one. So again, these like to play around a lot because people can take such a big share size when they're hurting and they sell those shares, or they if they're short, if they cover those shares, it can make big motions in these little wicks, and you may not get the recovery you're looking for. Wow, this thing went all the way down here and tested the ATR high, huh? Low side 267. And right now the structure up here is at 280. So the structure is even below this heavily traded area. So I don't know about trusting this one. Like, I was okay with the structure being right here. Maybe it could break this, but now it's kind of looking weak. And I definitely don't like cheaper stocks that are 20% strugglers. So if they're like $2, if they're under $2 and they're not even up 20%, I'm like, what is going on? If you're a cheap stock, you should be up 100% for sure. I'm like, nah, man, that's too much risk. Because that thing tightens back down, it could just be moving 1 or 2% all day. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I think we're looking in the right place. We just got to see some value out here. I what was it, like 3 or 4 months ago? I was like, look, I'm gonna start looking for these pre-market trades. I want to find criteria that work in pre-market, and be able to make some earlier profits. Um, and it's been going okay. Just been, most of my trading has been in pre-market because I find things, but then you run into days like this where it's like there are movers, but you just don't want to. It's too much risk. The risk to reward isn't mathing. If I'm trying to make 30 cents, let me look at this whole range here from 290 down here to 268. This whole move, this whole choppy move was 30 cents. So I'm like, do I really want to hold and hope that it can do this easily? Another thing, with the Benzinga, um, I was using Benzinga for a while. It's giving me like the live updates and things like that. But yeah, I stopped using it. Um, when I got my scanners pretty dialed in to what they had in Benzinga. And the only difference is the time, the real time. Benzinga, it's like the second something pops, it's right there. But with TOS, it's a little bit of wait time for it to refresh. But I'm okay with that. Kind of, if something does pops out, it makes me a little bit more patient, because I have to do my due diligence, go to the daily chart, look at those obvious levels that are out there, go to see over to Yahoo. Oh, speaking of Yahoo Finance, let's go look at the front page here. Go over here to Yahoo Finance. Look at the things that are the tickers that are up here on the front page. Are they good? Are they bad? How much volume are those things drawing right now? So right now, let's see. AI's big power problem sets natural gas up for a boom. Okay. Tariffs latest, EU looks to revive US talks on metals. Micron stock edges up as earnings beat lifts AI hopes. Crypto ETFs set to flood US market as SEC eases approvals. Global defense stocks jump after Trump's Ukraine shift. Lithium Americas surges as Trump admin seeks stake. Divided Fed spurs bond market sets on single rate cut. Alibaba stock soars as AI budget is hiked as past 50 billion. So that's one that I probably keep an eye on to see how much volume that it takes during the day. Because if Alibaba is going to be the top traded thing, well, you know, small caps may not get that much love, or you may have to wait for a small cap to get some love. Let's see. Micron edges up. I don't really care about earnings. I kind of like this. Like people see money very easily on this page. You're like, oh, 50 billion. Oh, that's easy. I didn't have to deep dive for that. So I'm looking for things that stick out that normal, regular people be like, oh, I'm not about to do 8 hours of research on this. Let me just look at the front page and see what's going on. All right, so Micron outpaces. So that's the earnings that I was just talking about. OpenAI, the next Google, or next Ask Jeeves. New 2025 savings and wealth stats. All right. Why tiny companies are suddenly going public for $4 a share so they can get into crypto, so they can get a crypto strategy going. That's why. They're like, we're buying Solana. We're buying Ethereum. Ethereum is gonna be our way to pay here. All right. So the Fed's unity is already fraying. Let's jump back over here and look around. QMS zone again. Still under this level. It's gonna have to start making its way past this 280 if it wants to do anything up here to the 290s. Up 39%, still not a 20% struggler. So tested this before. See if we can get any kind of shooting through this previous structure. Low was at the 261 down here. So that's about a 20 cent risk for possible, what is this? 280 up to 289. Maybe 9 cents if it gets up there and snaps down, but maybe more if it gets through there. But testing that previous structure there. Plus Benzinga was 197 per month. So basically I did 6 months of that. So I was just trying it out, kind of seeing what their features was. Wait, was it 6 months? Let me make sure I'm telling the truth. Benzinga. Maybe it was shorter than that. Go see. Okay. Where is my account? I had to close my account actually. Benzinga.com. Log in regular. Okay, so let me see if I can still log in. Wow. Wow. Well, nope, can't log in. Oh well. They closed that thing all the way down. Today is the 24th, so let's see if there's any speakers on today. We got yesterday it was Powell and all of that. Today doesn't look like any crazy speakers. Thursday looks like we have supervision and regulation by Bowman. We have Barr speaking as well, bank stress testing on Thursday. We also have a speaker on Friday, which is by Bowman, approach to monetary policy and decision making. So, I'm pretty sure they're not going to do any kind of updates on the interest rates and all of that. They're probably just going to be very vague. But yeah, zone continued to trade away from that point of control. And CYCN didn't get past its point of control either. Okay. Wow. AQMS, big old engulfing candle back towards the 6. It may end up breaking down. I'm just waiting for something new to pop up. How close are we to? We have 15 minutes until the next hour, 7 o'clock hour. See if any new news drops at 7 o'clock. Usually these hours like 6, 7, all of that. That's when news drops. So we'll see if anything new pops up there. Starts to get a little bit of love. Hump day can be a weird day too. Sometimes on hump days we see either no action or really crazy. Sometimes hump days are kind of like Freaky Fridays. But I think it's a little bit better because you got a little bit more time in the week. Everybody hasn't gone out for a Friday. Like Fridays, it's just a selling day. People are like, yeah, let's get on down. But hump day, middle of the week, could get very crazy. Could see something doing some a whole bunch of halting or something like that. The way this week's been going. Where is the volume? Am I tripping? Are y'all seeing anything else with volume that I may not be seeing? Y'all can drop it in the chat. Because I'm looking around and I'm looking for a volume or I mean, really just volume. And then we can determine motion. All right, so typhoon makes landfall in China after 17 killed in Taiwan. That looks like some pretty deep water. Howling winds and sheets of rain in the eye of typhoon in China. Um, hmm. Gaza City medics describe hospital overwhelmed. Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel on anti-American threats to free speech. Let's see. Landmark deal paves way for cheaper HIV protection jab. Uh-oh. Phone spyware scandal in Greece moves to court as critics claim cover up. Okay, so let's see what's happening in the business world. TikTok child data protection inadequate, Canadian privacy officials say. Okay. UK open to overseas talent, unlike US, Reeve says. Spain counts costs of a nightmare wildfire summer. Those cows are like, bruh, put that stuff out, bruh. Fed Wiley expects to cut interest rates on September 17th. Okay, let's go look at the new innovations. The new innovations here. All right, the 3,000-year-old story hidden in the @ sign. In Taiwan, they call it little mouse. Is strudel in Hebrew, and dog in Russian, and monkey's tail in Dutch. The @ sign is a mirror, and its story goes back thousands of years. That's cool. Huntington's disease successfully treated for the first time. Is this connected to a specific company? One of the cruelest, most devastating diseases. See news. Professor Sarah Tabrizi told BBC News. I'm sure some company will come out and try to get this, buy this person out or research team out. Let's go look. Professor Tabrizi. What company or organization? Okay, here she is. So the UCL Institute of Neurology. Okay, who are their sponsors? We're grateful to have, or we are grateful to all of the organizations with over 500 million pounds in funding. Our funders. Okay, let's go see who's funding this. It's a UK company too. Okay, sure. Sabria Department. Okay, how far did this go? Copy that. If publicly traded companies. Right, and enter that. Yep. All right, let's see who they're connected to. So Amgen, Biogen, BIB, GSK, parent company. So these are publicly traded companies that this whole cure will be connected to. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, I'll come back and at least we got that in pocket. Back over to Huntington's disease, the first person cured. We'll see if they jump on that, if those stocks end up rising because of this. This was 46 minutes ago. Let's go back. Nvidia to invest 100 billion in OpenAI. What's the big deal about AI data centers? Sign up the tech to tech decoded the glitch. Blah blah blah. Okay. NASA plans for first crewed mission, moon mission in 50 years. All right, I think we've looked through enough. Let's jump back over to the market. It's about 5 minutes till 7 o'clock. I just been surfing the net. You said Holo. Holo is moving. Okay, let's see. Go jump over to Holo. What's going on with Olo? This one, bro, stop it. Just let's just zoom back then. You don't want to act right. All right, there we go. Holo. So Holo yesterday, I saw this one during come on now. Whoa, chill out. Okay. So I saw this one yesterday during pre-market. It went up to $7. Look at this sell-off. And I don't remember if it had a catalyst or anything, but yeah, hey, you made money off of that. You are a man of very, very distinct taste. You're sipping on a cup that I have not sipped on in a long time, but you made money doing it. I don't know who you sold to, but yeah. What's the volume on this right now? Hollow. Hollow has 185,000 shares traded. That is scary to me. SHFS continued to go down. Let me go back over to the 1 minute. Okay, so that one did end up continuing to go down. AQMS has flatlined here for quite a while. At 615, still barely moving. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's like it just rips and I'm just gonna be like, oh wow, it just ripped without me. All right, zone ended up continuing this trend down. So yeah, glad I stayed out of it. I'm looking for something to meet the scope though. That's all I need, and I will be trading. We have 3 minutes until the 7 o'clock bell. We'll see if anything new starts popping. I said the 7 o'clock bell, the 7 o'clock open hour, top of the hour, not the bell. Let's go. All right, so are you ready to move now? You came down here to this bottom again at 771. Can you get up a little bit? Just a little bit. Double bottom down here. This would be the out 771. Oh, forgot the extended hours. Looks like 8 is going to try to hold. I'm going to get a little bit of this one, 10 shares in. for it to hold this bottom 772. Give me a little bit more dip. Give me a little bit more dip. Can we see the 90 start to hold? Got in 10 shares down here, looking for it to hold these 72s up. Added a little bit in there. So 15 shares, looking for it to hold. Up 140%. Oh, wow, that flipped up. Go ahead and add a little bit more. 20 shares in there. We got so much room. It's what, 960s up here. They had some new financing coming in, so I'm gonna see if it can hold this little double bottom down here. See if it can hold those 790s. Add a little bit more, looking for it to hold the 790. Back up to the 90s. Can we see 91? Little quick 91. Anybody? Add it in there, looking for that break. 40 shares in, 50 shares in. All right, so 792. Let's see if this thing can give us any love back up here to the 825s. We got a low down here of 770. Can we make a little bit? Meeting the criteria. Has some news from yesterday, so we'll see if we can get any pops over this. Only 50 shares in. 771. Can we start with a, or make a higher low than this? Definitely engaging down. For me to make $100, I gotta get all the way up here to 7 something, so I don't even know if that's possible. '90s continue to hold. Add a little bit more, looking for that pop out of there over to 8. There's a $8 push. Got 60 shares in. Let's see what kind of love we can get from this. Can we get an $8 breakover? I'm in at 793. Body candle. Can we see do any kind of holding? Pull back. Okay, so back over 90, I'll be looking to add to this one. We'll let this play real quick. 60 shares in. Let's see how this trend holds. The top of this candle was 792. Can we get back to those? Ooh. Can you show me that you can hold up here? We got 5 seconds to the close of this 1 minute. Giving it some time. Okay, 88s. Let's see those 90s back up there. Switching over to 1 share, I'll add 1. I'm not trying to get crazy. There's 89. Can we see 90? There's 90. Added a little bit at 90. $92. Added 2. Yep. Average price is the 92. Let's see where you want to go. All right, 69, adding one more share, 70 shares in. See how this holds. Can we go and try to test $8? I want to see that 790 hold. Come on, 790, chill out. Okay, coming back up to the 90s. Let's see what it wants to do here. Top side body candles is a 792. Can we see 90s again? Okay, adding there. Looking for that pop on through 75 in. Get out the way. Got a pop up here, 793. 75 shares in there. We got a top up here of 8. Okay, there's 798. Average price is 793. Damn. Woohoo. Okay. All right. We're getting a little itchy. I felt my help coming. All right, so let's just see what this little excitement here does. So down here, I had my out here at 772s. I want to see how this, if this is going to hold the 8s. Is 8 going to be a major problem here? Okay. And then what? So we got this top up here of 825s. Nice. Can we continue doing something? All right, where can this thing stop? So it had a previous dump spot up here at 865. Will it even be able to get up there? It's over 8. Just needs a little bit of help. Oh, through the 810s. Little bit of help, maybe. Okay. So still closing up a little bit higher. And I'm going to be looking for a higher low to form. If it comes all the way back through, I'm gonna have to get on down for sure. But looking for those 810s to hold if possible. Woo! Look at that blessing. All right. A little bit of heat coming in there. All right, so we have a value level. It's coming up to at 825. Let's see the action at 825 here. Okay, 825 getting tapped and tested. So at this point, we're going, wow, it's a nice little move there. At this point, it's reaching that value level. Let's see what it wants to do from here. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to take some profit. Let's see. So 850 is coming up to this previous top here is 845. Can we start walking our way across 845, 850 level? At this point, I gotta be out at down here at what, 785. I gotta be out for sure, for sure. Okay, there's a little. All right, let's start actually making sure that we're taking some profit here, because this thing is throwing some hefty moves up here. That was 850. Okay. Right now, 793 is my out. I got to get out at the break even. I can't be playing with this. Volume coming in here. We'll see how this volume holds up. 850 getting tested hard. So I want to see it stay above my entry level, but I don't want to give back everything. Giving it some time though. See if it can retest that 850. Can we see 840 snap back in? 840. Come on, big boy. Oh man. This how you gonna do me? Well, I'm all the way down here at 790. So if it snaps all the way down here, I gotta get out. That's just, that's just dead horse. Dead horse motion. So my out zone or my out level is gonna be down here. Right up in here. Okay. So this is the bottom of the value level right here, 825. We have a top up here of 856. Let me see where that point of control is, all the way up here at 961. So can we see a hold of those 840s? I'm gonna be looking for a new level to make my my out, my stop out. Can we see those 840s hold? What are you doing? Just a little wiggly wiggly. 10 cents away from the 40s. Let's see you close this candle. Can we see some more green? Okay, so this previous level, 846. Can we see over that? What are those 840s, big boy? Little test down to 825. Let's see how 825 holds. $8.25. Can we get some more volume? $8.25. $8.25. A little pop off. $8.25. About to close this candle. Can it close above $8.25? So this is a little 1 minute pullback here. The next high is 836. Let's see if it gets a blessing over 836. $8.25s. 30 seconds left. Can you show us some green over this 830 level? $15 seconds left. This is a multi-candle pullback here. So I expect some, if buyers are going to come in here, I mean, need a little help, buddies. Okay, so opening there, all we need is a break over 830 now. Nice little pullback in here. Let's see if we can start breaking over and holding at a 825 level. There's 833. Got a top side up here of 850. So at this point, I want to see it get going up a little bit, but I'm looking to move my stop up here to the 822s if possible. Still floating on that 825 pretty heavily though. Okay, another little test. I'm not worried about a little snap around. 15 seconds left. We ready? We are ready to get out if you want to play that game. Okay, another low. So it's going to have to get back over 825s. $806s. It's $8 whole dollar level. Is it going to try to snap through that? Something happened at the 8 there. Right down to me. What's going to happen at the 8? Little pop over the 8, but not sure about it. Needs to close this candle. Little pop back up to the 805s. Okay, opened up a little bit there. Let's see if we can get any green. 802s. It tapped my little well, it kind of tapped it. It didn't really enter the cloud, but just seeing if it can get back over 819 really. Needs to get back over 810. Little push down there. Okay. All right. Looks like it wants me to get out a little bit. Bottom side of this, what, 880, 786. Okay, so it did tap my little cloud here. The question is, can it get back over 807? So it tapped my cloud. I almost hit it there for sure. But I'm giving it a little bit of room. Maybe too much room. I don't know. So that pop-up was 807. So I'm looking to make this little point here, that 793 was my entry. It seems to be kind of holding. I kind of gave it room to play though, for sure. So it came down, tapped me, and then now let's see how it acts back towards this value level here. Can we get the 825s back up there? Let me look at that volume too. Volume coming in here. Okay, so it is kind of getting back up a little bit. All right. So retesting this value level 825. So the new out, I'm gonna go ahead and put that new out at 793. I can't let it go back past that. So just letting see what it happens here. It's back up to 825. Can we get a candle to close over 825 is the question. It's 830s right there. 832s. Ooh, snapping around. Hey, don't play with me. I will definitely sell down here. 793s. I do not want to see that again. 15 seconds left. Let me see you close above 20. Show me some green. green, not red. There we go. Let's see 22, 23. Closing that candle up there, nice. So closing away from me on the 1 minute. Come on. But still right at that 825. So I'm still kind of in danger. But I would like to see new buy. Wait, why is it freezing? Come on now. I would like to see new buyers here at that 25, but just not seeing it yet. Yeah, 793. I gotta be out. That's my hard stop here. 820 is holding like a beast. Okay. Can we see 811s over 810s? Nope. Huh. 825 is holding it down quite well. So I'm looking to move. Once we get a higher low than 8, I'm looking for 8 to be my out. Threw a little wick up there, but we're not confident in that wick. Gotta hold that 811, 810, 815. A little bit of indecision on this 1 minute candle. There's 815. Can we start getting back over this previous red candle, 817s? Come on, buyers, chill out. All right, a little bit higher open. I like that. But yeah, still ready to get out if I need to. All right, so without this flipping around, I can always add to a winner. And that's maybe what I might do. But I mean, I got 75 shares. I think I'm good here. Over 820. So we had our indecision. Looking for 815 to hold. Let's get back over that indecision. Stop playing. Need you over 810. Okay, there's another one. Okay, I might add to this, man. This thing's continue to hold up. What's the top of this? 815. Nah, can't add to that. It's going down. Nah. Thought it was gonna do better than that. Need to see 810s. Okay. Can we actually start moving up over 810, please? Couple seconds. You see 815s. About to close this candle. I'm gonna add 5 there and 5 more. That's a big old candle. All right, so I'm in 85 shares, looking for the break of that 825. If not, I'm gonna just be out at my down here at the 790s, 95s. 795 out. 810, man. Stop playing. We got 10 seconds. Get the 810s up there. All right, so this has been a lot of play here. So I'm definitely ready for 790s to go ahead and ship out if it's going to do that to me. Top side of this one is 819, 820, so I'm just not sure. Not seeing anything over 811s come in. Previous high would be 811. Just needs to break over 811. $811 break. Can I add to this? There's a small pop. Can we get the break over 811? Can we get the bid to go to 811? Nope. All right. Let's see the wick forming there. Oh, there we go. It did go. Tripping. Thought it wasn't going. Add it in there. Looking for that 825 test still. Average is 797 at this point. So 797, I'm gonna have to get on back under 8 really. I need to be snapping on out of here. 811s. Can we get 815s back on the bid? Over 816. Show me what you got. 20 seconds left, big boy. 816. Hey, there's a little move there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add my little shares back in there before it hits that 20. So right now my average is at $8. So $8 will have to be my out here. $8. So I'm going to go ahead and move this stop up. So we'll activate this right up here to the $8 level. Actually, let me just get rid of this and just put a level here. Because this thing doesn't want to hold 8 at this point. I mean, it's pretty much over. Had plenty of time to play through this. So, yeah, not even going to play with it. Double top looks like they're at 823. Couple seconds left. For me to make $1 on this one, it would need to get up. I mean, for me to make $100, it would need to get up here to 9. But it has to re-enter this value level up here at the 825. That's my only issue. And it's opening lower. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking 810. I'm gonna start taking off some if it wants to play around like that. Needs to get up through this level, 823s. I see a little bit of volume on the side there. Let's see if they can push it up here. Yep, there it is. So let's see if they can keep it going. Re-entering this value level. So at this point, 814, 805, I'm probably going to be putting in a stop up here, moving my stop. because it is not holding that value level like I would like to see. I see volume over there, but I want to make sure it's not short volume. Come on, 8 to C. All right. You want to play with the value level. You come down, I'm selling you. Gotta see the 820s. 20 seconds left on this candle. Can we hold above 820? I have no issue selling you, though. You better believe that. I'll be out of here in a second. There's some more volume coming in. We need to see it close above 820s. Can we get that pop back up? If it pops down, I'm going to go ahead and have to make a move here. 810, I don't want to see. Care about all that bouncing. You need to go. That's another test on the 25 right there. Yeah, 810. I don't want to see it back under 810. I will sell it if it comes back under 810. At this point, nah, bro, you're at the value level. You need to make a decision to go, or I'm out. I'm cool. You better. This right here, this 814 level is about to become the out. Yep, 814 is my out. I'm not even gonna play with it. It's back in the value level. All right, let me go ahead and activate this. 814 is my out. So no matter what, it's going to be a green trade. 100 bucks up there at $9 if it can get there. But yeah, I'm not playing that game. At least I got my 30 cents though, right? All right, let's back this up. 72 bucks. All right, let's go ahead and start taking some 79. All right. All right, let's go ahead and take some. So I'm taking some profit here up here around 9. Haven't really taken all the profit, but definitely taking some off to lock some in. Okay, still getting filled. All right. 50 shares left. So took off half. Let's see if we can get that 9 push. All right, doing a little breakout. Come on, push that top. Push that top, big boy. 50 shares left. Let's just see that to 90, please. All right, can we get the 9 break? All right, selling some here. Okay, 25 shares left is what it is. We waited a while for that value level to get tested. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and activate this 825, 850. Really, we don't want to see it back below. But yeah, letting it play. Getting a little spicy. So basically, I took 75% of the position off, and I'm only holding 25%. Trying to see if anything can come over 9. The top of this previous candle was at 911. And it's starting to slow down. So that's not great. Go ahead and decrease my share size again while I'm still nice and in the green. 20 shares left. Ooh, don't like that. Why'd you hold up like that, man? Why you do that? All right, let's see if we can get back over this level, 881. Come on, start splashing. Scare somebody. Nope. All right. You show me red, I'm gonna sell some. Show me red again, I will sell a little bit. Showing me red, 15 shares left. All right. 15 shares left. We reached my 850 level. I'm only holding 8 shares now. So it is what it is. 78 bucks in pocket. Really disappointing it didn't just continue to strive for greatness. 5 shares left. There's the 850 test. How high are you going to go off of this? Literally no risk on the table for real. Okay. 736. So 90. What? I had 100 shares. I got 5 left. Literally no risk. Let's see what you got, big boy. If you fail again, you fail this 850. I'm good. I'm good with what we are talking about. So I got in at $8. I was selling around like 9-ish something for a couple of them, but we'll see if it can't go ahead and break over this. Let's see, 879. Let's get up there, man. All right, show me red. Show me red, and I'll be out a little bit. I'll be waiting for the next. There's red. Show me more red. Yep. Show me more red. Under 60. All right. Under 60. Still holding. Are you really playing, right? That's under 60. Take some there. 69s. Literally 2 shares left. So, I mean, where's the risk at this point, right? Back under 70, I'll sell some more, but I'm okay right here. Little wiggly waggly, huh? I see the volume right here, but it's not pushing out. That's the only issue. So back under 70, I'm gonna sell. That is my issue right there. Yeah. Back under 70. All right, I'm out of there. Gave you time, you made a new high, all that blah, blah, blah. All this volume coming in, but no push up. Nah, I'm good. Let's see how this dip goes. We got this previous level down here to be tested, 820s, 825s that it struggled at, got this pop through, and we'll see if this becomes some type of floor. But yeah, I'm good on that. Here it comes. See, I'm like, yo, all this volume coming in and no pushing up. That's insane. Now, this is the volume profile where you can see the volume at a specific price level. You see that coming in right there? And no push up. Why? That makes no, I just don't understand it. That's why I got out of it, because things are getting a little bit irrational. Now on the front side of it, I saw volume coming in as it was pushing up. I was like, oh, volume coming in. Let's see if it can, you know, get extended. But now it's the opposite happening. Anyway, so it did make it up to $9. Got a little bit out at 9. Let me go ahead and pull my metrics here. Let's go ahead and update sync all. But yeah, pretty good trade for the morning pre-market testing. Let me see how many cents I got per share there. My average cents per share. It's pulling it in now. Give me 1 second. Let me see. What stock was this? SHFS. So I got 79 cents per share on that. 79 cents per share average take. So my goal was 30 cents. I got 79. So I think I'm good. Got in majority. My average price was $7.99 and was getting out at $8.79 for the majority. Or 870. Well, it's 878.6. So I guess you can round up to 79, but 79 cents in profit there. So my goal is 30 cents. I got 79. So I got what, 2 times 2x? So we're walking away with a nice little profit on the day. How long was that trade? That trade was 39 minutes. 39 minutes for 79 bucks. 39 minutes and 13 seconds and 70 for 79 bucks. Opened at 6:59 and closed at 7:38. So yeah, nice little 40-minute trade there. All right, but that one met the scope. It had previous catalysts, so I wasn't sure if it was going to actually continue. It was kind of like a continuation from yesterday. But yeah, glad I got out of the way. Saw that volume in, and you see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to get caught in that. That's not what I want. All right, but anyway, glad I stayed away from AQMS. Going down. I mean, this thing was sitting up here 155%. I was like, yeah, maybe I can get a little bit off of it. All right. Well, on to intraday. I guess we'll see if we can do anything else. But if Wednesday is looking crazy, and I can always just walk away with the profit. You know, I was listening to a video compilation on YouTube, and I saw somebody talking about being the house. And I was like, you really can't be the house in the market until you actually have green in hand. You know, you can't really play risk or really like on a specific day, especially for day trading. If you're already down like 500 bucks, you're not the house, right? So I'm like, let me just, you know, get a little piece, get a little bit, and see where it goes from there. But yeah, this was the structure that I saw building, and I mean, if it broke down, I was gonna get out. But it did not break down, ended up spiking up, and we saw the volume coming in on those levels. And now it may actually come back down here and retest this level here. So 825 was that struggle point. It's 25 cents from where it is currently. See that volume? Look at that volume coming in because it's trying to go down. I don't like that, man. It makes me sweat, and I'm not even in the trade. All right. But this is, oh my goodness, it's 7:44. Yo, I got to get on down. I'm going to keep my head on a swivel. I may bounce back and trade something else during intraday, but not trying to risk, you know, anything that doesn't need to be risked. If I see anything, I will update you guys in the Discord, but I got to get off of here because I have a meeting coming up. I didn't even know it was this late. But yeah, get off of here, and I'm gonna circle back with you guys tomorrow morning pre-market. And if you are gonna take trades, definitely keep your head on a swivel because this is not a game. Just like I could be up 79, I could be down 79 in the same amount of time. So yeah, stay safe out here. Wear your gloves, sanitize, and don't risk too much. But yep, that's it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I need to go get this stuff ready. All right, y'all have a good one. Good morning, Tatiana. A $79 winner, 79 cents in profit. Yep, that's it. So I'm jumping to this meeting. Peace. Yas looks like a nightmare. All right, over to y'all. Peace.